You know, so many young people who are on television got started in little towns in the Midwest, and they worked their way up, and eventually they got to Hollywood. Our next guest started at the age of 10 in North Hollywood, over in the Valley. So it seems she was destined someday to be a major TV star. Please welcome, from Perfect Strangers, Melanie Wilson.
Hey.
How are you?
Good to see you. Good to see you, you handsome devil. Hi, good to see you too.
I know, you want me to sing, but I won't. No.
It's always been a fantasy of mine.
Yeah, me too. And
it took all my self-control not to come over here in my robe and pajamas with my cup of coffee like I normally watch you guys.
Yeah. You know, we should have you like sit right over there facing this way. And,
Can I come tomorrow and do that? Because
Sure.
this, I'm telling you, this took 4 hours, this look.
That look.
This is a great look, though. It
Well,
works.
thank you.
It was worth it.
Well,
Yes.
thanks.
Could it really take 4 hours?
No.
No, I would have made a good story.
5.5, but we'll talk
But
later.
you got up early, right?
I did. Well, we worked late last night, so I got up early. We're talking about 3 hours of sleep, but I figured since it's before 10 a.m., I'm okay.
You're okay. Nothing's happened. Nothing's dropped. The lines are, I mean, everything is
She's
cool.
so young.
Yeah, that's part of it.
I like you.
Let us talk about what we were saying at the top of the program about this problem you have with toilet tissue. She has a problem with toilet tissue.
I know. It doesn't
Is this
happen
for
to everyone,
real?
does it? Well, actually, my father is a wonderful...
Listen closely.
Yeah, I
go
know.
ahead. All right.
It's a scare, isn't
Say
it?
it. All right.
Stay with me.
Go on. Tell him. It's not easy. Go on.
No.
Go for it. Go for it. You can do it.
I'm working
do
on
it.
this.
Do
All
it.
right.
In
Go.
the moment.
Yeah.
My father
Yes.
is a brilliant character actor.
Yes.
His name is Dick Wilson,
And-
but he's better known to you as Mr. Whipple, who for years squeezed the Charmin.
Boy,
So-
he squeezed the Charmin and bought a house in North Hollywood.
I'm
Mr.
telling you.
Whipple lived in North
They call it
Hollywood?
the teepee. It's no. But you know the thing it's sick, but it's early.
Yes.
The thing I could never understand is it's kind of a tradition here to teepee houses, you know, in
Sure.
school. And,
Oh, sure.
But our house, the whole time I was in school, our house was never teepeed, and my assumption is that it was just redundant. I don't know.
That's very funny.
I don't get it.
Did your father squeeze Charmin at home?
Do you really want me to answer that here?
Because isn't that your mother's name?
It's, you're bad.
Yeah.
Well, my dad was also the drunk on Bewitched for years.
Yes, he was.
Right.
So that's basically how I grew up. In fact, he worked on Bewitched for, I think, about 8 seasons. Whenever Darren and Samantha got in a fight, Darren would go to the bar, and my poor father had to sit there in his alcoholic stupor watching Samantha pop in and out. And so when I was about 6 years old and started kindergarten, the teacher had all the kids stand up in their first day of class and say what their parents did for a living. So one little boy stood up and said, well, my dad's a doctor, and one little girl stood up and said, well, my mom's a teacher, and I stood up and said, well, my dad's a drunk. Well, we were so happy that Dad had a steady job and was so wonderful doing his job. They called my parents in, and they had a meeting with the principal.
And
Oh, no.
Poor little Melanie Wilson, her dad's a drunk.
Also, your dad, though, is the kind of, pardon the quintessential character actor in that
really is,
people
definitely.
see him, and I don't know if they relate to him as an actor. We all think we know this guy, right?
Right.
Exactly.
As a person
Yes.
in your life.
He's in the
Exactly.
neighborhood somewhere.
Right.
Somewhere.
I know. Well, I can tell you where he is right at this moment.
At this moment,
He's watching.
Glued to the set. Well,
Sure
as he
he is.
normally is every morning with your show, but...
What were you doing as a child? Were you a child actress?
Yeah,
or-
well, I started doing theater when I was 10. I've done 18 plays in L.A., and then I went from doing theater into, like, commercials and then episodic television, and now Perfect Strangers. So.
Would you come out of the closet about your marriage? What?
Oh, you're good.
Yes, isn't he good?
Oh,
I'm on
you're
a roll
good.
here.
I like you.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
telling you. Yeah, well, basically, I got married November 27th of this last year.
Newlywed.
Thanks. Thanks a lot. I'm really having fun. I like it.
This is a summation of a whole relationship. Thanks a lot, I'm really I like it.
Kind of fun. It's
I'll tell you.
nice.
But basically, I met Joe because I hired him, which is what I urge all women to do. Hire your man. I hired him to come in. He's a contractor, and I hired him to come in and redo my closet. So I guess I am coming out of the closet right here on your
Now,
show.
when did
Little
you?
did I know?
When did you first know that you were falling
Was
in
it-
love?
was
Was
it
it
by
like
the
under
hangers?
the blue
Yes.
jeans, or?
Oh, well, let's see. It was about, maybe the first month. And he never got to the closets. We just kind of talked a lot.
Really?
But
that's
yeah,
so
I mean, he finally did them, and he's brilliant.
Yeah. Did you get a rate after?
Now I get a cut rate.
Did you get a cut rate from him?
Did he charge you a lot of money to do it?
At first he did. I thought he'd give me a deal, but heck.
Doesn't that concern you, knowing, you know, a lot of people think, well, you're in show business, and that sometimes is a little intimidating to a man and threatening to a relationship. Here he is out there slaving over hot closets with other women elsewhere in town.
You know, that is a factor. I mean, he sees some pretty great women, I bet,
I'm
if
sure
he's
he
doing closets.
does. Well, see, I'm one of these kind of, like, I go to work and I come home. I'm not one of these Hollywood creatures who
That's what
parties.
they all say.
And
You
it's
know, they
true.
all
I'll
say
tell you,
that.
you'll never see me anywhere.
Weren't
well,
you telling
maybe
me that at Spago's last night?
Oh, shut up, Steve. The nerve. The nerve. But,
So
yeah,
you come home and make sure he's home.
Well, and also, I don't like to fly, so I'm pretty, well...
Grounded, yeah.
Actually, I play a stewardess on Perfect Strangers,
Right.
and I am petrified of flying, so much so that I finally took a course to get over my fear of flying, and it was taught by this retired airline captain. So the first night of class, there are 50 students in the class. We're going to have a graduation flight to Las Vegas at the end of the week. This pilot is holding up a model of a DC-10, explaining the properties of air to a plane or like water to a boat, and as he's moving the plane back and forth, he lost his grip on the model.
Oh, no.
It flew across the room, crashed into the blackboard, and broke into 4 pieces on the floor.
No.
All you saw were the whites of eyes of 50 people going, we're going to Vegas this weekend on a plane, guess again.
Is it true that you now get frequent flyer on Greyhound?
That's about the size
Did
of
it
it.
work?
Right.
Did you go through it and it really
I
worked?
did. I went to Las Vegas. We flew there on a Saturday. I got a massage and came back. I figured gambling was just out of the question. That was the flight. That was my
Are
gamble.
the 8 minutes up? Okay.
She could just stay and do the rest of the show.
You really could.
Well, I'm comfortable here because you're in my house every morning.
Yes, and so was he, I remember.
Well,
Melanie Wilson, one of the stars of Perfect Strangers, which can be seen here on ABC. Thank you very much.
thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.